Aside from your spouse, who is your favorite traveling companion?
Well, my favorite traveling companion is this dear friend, Amy Mantell Hale, who I traveled all over Europe with. And she would have some stories, I think, especially about bedtime, um, that she could tell on me, but we won't go into that here. But we went all over, and in fact, I was telling Ken just the other day that one time we were coming back to Strasbourg on the plane. We must have been in Luxembourg, and we stopped in Brussels on the way home to have mussels at our favorite place.
You think we were on a plane, Margie?
No, a train.
Okay, train.
Did I
was
say
gonna
plane?
we were not on a plane.
Although
we went to
did,
Greece.
Yeah, we
on a
did
plane.
take a plane to Greece, and Amy, I don't even know how this happened. Some American military guy drove us to the airport. Do you remember that?
No.
And he said, my wife and I just, and this was at Christmas time, after Christmas, my wife and I just came back, and they tried to tell us we owed this certain tax or something. And he said, it's all bogus, so don't pay it. So sure enough, we go up and they say, you owe such and such over the price of the flight. And we said no. And Amy said she wanted to see it in writing about this amount that we had to pay. Of course, they couldn't come up with it. So they were arguing, and finally the plane was out on the tarmac. Finally, Amy said, just go, we're getting on the plane. So we just walked off, left the guy in the lurch, and who didn't speak English that well, and got on the plane. That was Amy, my traveling companion.
Yeah. All right, Ken, do you have a favorite traveling companion other than Marguerite?
Well, I haven't traveled with too many people other than Marguerite, but probably my son Jeremy. We had a good time in Europe together once, which included a trip into Austria, which was notable because Dad took what was obviously a wrong turn, or maybe a series of wrong turns, and ended up on this dirt road that kept getting narrower and narrower and narrower, and finally it was just kind of a goat path.
Cow pasture.
And then pretty soon the goat path had a drop off on one side that was pretty scary. But we couldn't turn around, but eventually we made it, and we came out in the backside of some big construction zone. And as we drove through the construction zone, all the construction guys were just really,
Where did you come
where
from?
the hell did you come from? But to our defense, Austria does a very poor job of road signs.
Right. I agree. Okay.